Hello and welcome to Friday Night Fright presents Comic Book Cavalcade 2020. Man, we're going to have some fun this month. Every episode in May, every day in May, there's going to be a brand new episode. It's going to be a mini review of a comic book movie. Yay, can't wait, hyped. So it's going to cover the gauntlet. It's going to be loads of MCU stuff. There's going to be some DC stuff probably. Might be some other stuff. There's going to be Flash recaps of Flash Season 2 every Tuesday. So it's going to be 4 or 5 of those, depending on how many Tuesdays are in May. But it's going to be tight, because I've also got a week off. Yay! Anyway, this is the intro Comic Book Cavalcade. So you'll hear this every day of the week, and then you'll hear an intro for the movie I'm covering that day, or TV show. Ooh, scary! Anyway, I'll be back after a brief word from our sponsor. Hey, you're seeing Austin. It's time for another episode of Tuesday Night Flash. And as always, a fun game of his Barry Gunn murdering one this week. He did last week, but it still wasn't a particularly inspiring episode. This season's not been great so far. To say a few things, it's been pretty mediocre, and I don't have special high hopes for this episode, but I've been wrong before. So without further ado, and after a brief word from our sponsor, let's get to it. So, Flash, episode 4, season 2. With this episode, doesn't deal with the roads, it deals with the Marty Steinfeld sort of storyline, which continues because you remember at the end of the last episode, he fell over and collapsed, and then at the end of the episode before that, he fell over and collapsed. So it's actually followed up on this week, and they determined that he needs someone to bond with Farstorm Matrix. They narrow it down to 2 guys, Dr. Hewitt and Jefferson Jackson. And if you've got any experience with comic books, you know that the guy of the alliteration gets it. And I think you have guys called Harry Hewitt, but Jefferson Jackson just sounds cooler. So JJ, if you will. So, it's kind of a foregone conclusion who's going to get. Plus, this actor was in Edge of Tomorrow. It's not a very interesting episode, so he's a bit more known. So after a lot of dithering round, in which case they're discussing genetic markers and crap like that, they're like, we'll get 2 of them in, because turns out that they're both affected by the particle accelerator explosion, because why not? And we only see Jefferson's particular flashback in which he saves someone. So again, it's like, well, it's going to be him, surely. Why not just say it's one person instead of 2? I mean, I know he won't drag this shit out, but I mean, both of them, it's Jefferson. It's going to be Jefferson, but they won't drag out some. And a long way, Iris is sort of like showing pictures by her dad of hanging out with her mum, and Iris is like, I don't want to meet her, she sounds like an arsehole. And Joe's like, just agree to meet her and then deny her, parental rights, and then we'd be done for this terrible story arc that came out of nowhere and has to be influenced by Barry Massive Time last year because it's so stupid. But anyway, Patty wants to team up with Barry on a case about a shark, and they flirt a bit, and then Barry sort of like says, Joe, I want to make love to your partner. And Joe's like, Barry, look, you love Iris. You'll never love anyone more than Iris. But maybe you should move on. And Barry's like, that's really mixed messages. Joe explains, your first love, you never care about anyone as much as you care about them. And Barry's like, that's really, really messed up, Joe. That ain't cool. That's a terrible message for the impressionable people in your audience. And then, sorry, they find out that Harry is a better fit for Farstorm, because they need a scientist, not a former athlete like Jefferson. And I was sitting there watching this, I was like, you got a scientist though, you got Professor Stein. Why would you want 2 scientists? Surely you want the athletics and the science, as like 2 separate parts. But Stein and Caitlin are adamant they need enough scientists, and also Jay's gone missing. Why couldn't they just merge Jay with Professor Stein and give him bad thing? I don't even know. So from there, they're doing this terribly boring, long stupid thing where they try and give Harry powers, but they can't. And then Harry's like, damn it. And then Henry, or whatever his name is, so he walks off, and then seeing that powers have transferred to him. But he also raises an interesting point. He's like, you arseholes got me down here and told me all about superpowers and I'd be special and I wasn't. This team's terrible. Also, Barry takes blood using super speed without getting any permission. That's really messed up. Add that to the list of things Barry does, and it's really messed up this season. So and then Harry discovers he's got some of the faster matrix, I guess. He burns his boss alive, and then he's still like cool. And they try and get Jefferson to join the team, but he's like, I want superpowers. And Caitlin gets really angry, and he's like, why don't you want superpowers? He's like, I don't know who you are. I'm not wrong, shove up your ass, Caitlin. You're frigid woman. And Caitlin's offended by that, as she should be. She doesn't like being called cold. She's got a killer frost going on in this episode. She's got a killer frosty look going on. Killer Frost is what I'm trying to say. She is Killer Frost, and she might be Killer Frost in future. That's all I'm trying to say. Don't read into it more than that, but just some sort of Killer Frost going on with Caitlin. So there, you get more stuff. Really boring episode of TV. Then you get more stuff with frigging Francine. I was like, Francine, go away, and Francine's like, okay. But then she visits Joe later on and says, Joe, I've got McGregor's disease, I'm dying. So Joe's like, goddamn fine, I'll get you in a meeting with Iris. And then Patty is sort of like, Barry, can you run some tests on these sharp things? And Barry's like, okay. And then she has toddles off to Mercury Labs, where that Harrison-looking Wes motherfucker from last week stolen some stuff. And Tina McGee's still like, it's Harrison Wes. And Joe's like, no, he's dead. She's like, how sure are you? And Joe's like, no, this is a weird thing. But then he says to Barry, don't tell Barry anything about this. So she tells Barry about this. So Barry's still like, what's going on? And Joe's like, look, Harrison Wes is back. I didn't want to tell you, but he's back. And Barry's like, Joe, we've literally dealing with another Earth. It could just be a guy from that Earth. And Joe's like, sure, why not, Barry? Also, forget this conversation, because you don't actually find out he's Harrison to the end of the episode. And Barry just looks at him and goes, forget what conversation? So then Barry and company are trying to stop Henry, Hattie, whatever his name is, just gone evil. And Jefferson's like, I'll join forces with Professor Stein, because I'm quarterback and he's the scientist, so that makes perfect sense. So then Jefferson does stuff, and he beats up the guy somehow, and then he's like, haha, we've got all Firestorm Matrix now, and Professor Stein's like, don't get cocky, Jefferson. And he's still the original odd couple. Seriously, very, very odd. So then the dude's been defeated, and Barry's like, yes, we saved everything. Also, I think I'm going to make sweet love to Patty now. Patty, it's like the Doug thing. Patty mayonnaise of the Doug show. So then you got the end of the episode with like Barry's like, yes, everything's coming out all Barry, because he doesn't realise that Iris discovered that Francine had another kid, so she's got a brother, and the kid arrived 8 months after she left Central City. So Iris is like, Francine, you're the worst. And then Barry's celebrating, so he doesn't know about this, and then he's attacked by a shark, and the shark's like, haha, I'm going to eat you. And Barry's like, you're a talking shark. And he's like, yeah, I'm a talking shark, bitch. So he throws Barry, and then Patty shows up, and he's like, I'm going to shoot shark. So he shoots it twice, and the shark's like, your bullets have no effect on me for some reason. So he marches forward, and then falls down, and he's been shot by a super plasma rifle stolen from Mercury Labs by Harrison. Barry catches up to him, and Harrison takes off his head, and Barry's like, oh my god. And then the episode ends before Barry can say, dude, are you from Earth 2? And be told, yes, I'm from Earth 2. It's so stupid, because I get where they're going for. They want you to think, oh yeah, it's it's Eobard 4 and it's Reverse Flash, but it's not. That's not how, alternate dimensions work. Especially if he's come from Earth 2. So silly. Yes, this episode, 2 out of 5, it's pretty dull. Barry's lifeless this season. Not Grant Gustin's fault, he's trying, but this season's just big slab of nothing so far. That's the fun of first season, that's the adventurousness, that's the sense of fun. It's very grim and po-faced, and generally not terribly impressed by this, to be honest. But hey, maybe next week will be better. And next week, I think this will be on YouTube. We can start moving bits and pieces over on YouTube. So Tuesday Night Flash will probably be over there. I guess, it will be a slight difference. Because it'll probably start over there with episode 13, which is a recap of Flash 2, season 2, episode 5. And then just go from there, I guess. So, anyway, until next time, remember, life is beautiful. In tomorrow's episode, I will cover something. Okay, bye.